Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with Botev Plovdiv. We have played one match since last episode. That match was in the league against Levski, team currently down in third place, and I've been complaining that we haven't been scoring a lot of goals from open play. We scored 4, we beat them 4-1. I'm not even sure what happened here. Defensively, we were amazing, as you can see from the really high ratings, and in fact, 3 of the 4 goals came from defenders. Bressel on 10 minutes, Stoyan Rusev, the youngster, on 46. Nathaniel scored a wonderful free kick on 67 minutes, and then Dalibor Tadijevich gets his second goal of the season on 94 minutes. I don't know where this performance comes from. Hopefully, in today's episode, where we will be playing Rijeka twice and CSKA 1984 in the middle, hopefully we get another performance or 2 or 3 that are very similar to this one. So that result then does put us into second place, or keep us in second place. As you can see there, CSKA Sofia drew in the Sofia derby against Slavia Sofia, which means we are now joint on points. Both teams top of the table on 13. Third place is Levski on 10. Fourth place is Lokomotiv Plovdiv on 9. And then we get basically everyone else going down 8, 7, 6, 4, 2, 2 and 1. There you go. That's not really how you talk about how the league works, but doesn't matter. Today, it's going to be 3 matches, as I mentioned, and it's going to be in the Europa League. If we beat Rijeka across the 2 legs, we'll be back into the Europa League proper. And I don't think it's going to be as hard as the previous year against Aberdeen, where we got battered. Both teams then in excellent form, although I imagine the last 5 games for Rijeka have all been Europa League qualifiers. Polish, I think they're a Polish side. Flora, who I think are Estonian, and Rosenberok, who I have no idea where they're from, but they are in excellent form so far, only drawing once with Flora away from home. We are up first at home, and it's going to be a tough match, managed by former Liverpool midfielder, defender, Igor Biscan. It is Liverpool, I got it right. He spent 5 years there. That's a long time. He's actually bloody good as a manager. The starting lineup we're going to go for then. In goal will be Alan Sherry. The back 4 will be Bressel, Keita, Boschnowitz and Nathaniel. We do have a little bit of fitness concerns and various other things going on in our squad. We've also got, obviously, being the Europa League, half our squad isn't registered for this competition because of various limitations. Midfield partnership is going to be Lasana Dia and Lovro Grajfona, who I imagine probably not called Grajfona, it's probably Gryfona, but I'm calling him Grajfona and we're sticking with it. Mladenov, Shopov and Vutov will be the attacking midfielders, and Dalibor Tadijevich will be the striker today because he's the only one of the 2 that's actually scoring goals. A 4-2-3-1 for Rijeka, or a 4-2-3-1 for us. It is 2 very similar teams. We did have a look at a couple of their players at the end of last episode. They're not amazing. They are arguably a little bit better than us, but they're not amazing. It's definitely against a team that I think we could, and perhaps should, particularly at home, pick up a victory. Early free kick for Nathaniel, and his effort has just clipped the top of the bar. Just under 10 minutes on the clock. So far we've had 4 shots, none on target, which is always good. 25 minutes in, we're having a lot of shots, a hell of a lot of possession as well, 67%, but we're not seeing a huge amount of action. Lonkar, the booked central defender, or left back possibly. Mamic forward to Alvear. Rijeka with the ball. Gorgon goes forward, plays into the middle, and Hebo with a great effort and an even better save from Alan Sherry. It is going to be a corner to Rijeka. Pavic, sure, takes the corner. It's played towards the back, and someone was offside. I don't know who was offside because it never made it anywhere. Tadijevich has apparently taken a knock, which is not good. He's also booked, which is also not good. Going forward, we are struggling once again. That Levski match might have just been a one-off, which isn't great. Kochev says encourage. I say I'm not happy with your performance. We will shout at them. And Antonio Vutov looked fired up. And Bressel then was inspired because Vutov was fired up. That's good news. Right, tactics. Let's bring off Tadijevich for Lukanovic, who... Did he come from Rijeka? He didn't. He came from Olympia. He's not a former Rijeka. Did you come from Rijeka? You came from Rijeka. I knew one of you did. Stanislav Shopov needs to do something. I'm going to change him to be an advanced playmaker. Maybe. It's probably a terrible decision, but we're going to try and push him up a little bit further to get him more involved with the striker. This is my thinking. It probably makes literal no sense. We've got a throw on after just 5 minutes. Shopov with the ball, crosses in. Lukanovic is there, doesn't get it. Grashfona though with a bit of space, controls and goes for goal and scores an absolute screamer 20 yards out. Botev Plovdiv 1-0 up. Lovro Grashfona with his first goal of the season. And me changing Shopov to that attacking playmaker might have been a good decision in the end. I mean, what a finish this is from the Slovenian. No goalkeeper is stopping that, or maybe a good one might have done, because their goalkeeper, clearly not good. Almost on the 70-minute mark, we do have a highlight. Pavicic can play the ball forward. Acosti, who's picked up a yellow card. Pavicic gets the ball back in the centre circle, plays a very long ball forward, and Vuk is in the area, and Heber is there, and they have scored that vital away goal. It is 1-1 now. That is a bit of a pain. Not really a fan of that one. Shopov's dropped down to a 6.2, so clearly did not work. Right, we're going to move Vutov into the middle. Shopov off for Bakadziev. We're going to put you back to shadow striker. Sure, we'll try you as a shadow striker. It's probably a terrible decision, but we're doing it anyway. Nathaniel with a throw to Grashfona, the goal scorer. Plays the ball all the way across to Bressel, into the area, the right back. He's gone for goal. It is chipped slightly over the bar. Why did the right back decide that he's the one to be having shots? 10 minutes to play, and Rijeka have the ball. Vuk can run forward, plays it across to Acosti. He's got a little bit of time, crosses it in. It's taken a deflection, and Lonkar's effort is wide off the post. Rijeka are probably doing enough to get something out of this match. So if we win, I'll be happy with that. 4 minutes of injury time, and both of our strikers have been awful. Nathaniel with a corner with 30 seconds to play. Boschnowitz is there, and the Polish central defender heads his effort over the bar. It is going to be a 1-1 draw in Bulgaria, which means we have to go to Croatia and have to score a goal. We cannot go there and just sit on a 0-0. Stanislav Shopov, 6 mistakes. I mean, offensively, once again, look at these numbers. 6.4 for Lukanovic, 6.4 for Vutov, 6.3 for Shopov, 6.6 for Tadeuszewicz. Actually doesn't seem too bad in the end, does it? Well, that is leg one out of the way. It is not all over just yet, but that away goal for Rijeka is a bit of a pain. We are going to go forward to a CSKA 1984 match. 1984? It's not 1984, it's 1948, isn't it? CSKA 1948 match in the league. I will show you just the goals, if any happen. I assume some will happen, and then we'll be back for another Rijeka match, and hopefully we can pick up the 3 points. It's not a league match, there's no points. Hopefully we can pick up the victory and get ourselves back into the Europa League. Oh, great. Tadeuszewicz is also out injured for 11 to 13 days. The starting lineup then for the CSKA 1948 match. Alan Sherry will be the goalkeeper. Zemyarski, Rusev, Keita and Hodak will be the back four. Lashazar, Kotev and Fuseni Kamara will be the central midfielders. Plamen Bakadziev, Todor Nedlev, Stanislav Shopov will be just behind the striker of Lukanovic. We don't have a lot of players that we can really use for this. We've also got some fitness concerns, which is why basically it's a lot of rotation in this starting 11. We've just had the ball in the back of the net thanks to Stoyan Rusev, but unfortunately he was offside. Well, he wasn't. Kotev was offside. It is still 0-0. CSK 1948 and Aristote Ndongala has just scored goal of the season because this was an absolute ridiculous goal. We are 1-0 down. And it stays 1-0 at half-time. As you saw, we did have the ball in the back of the net, and Ndongala scores an absolute screamer. Our striker is getting very, very close to scoring a goal, but isn't getting close enough. We probably should have scored twice, but haven't managed to do anything so far. We are back in the game. Antonio Lukanovic has scored his first ever goal for the club after some wonderful passing football, and then Lukanovic with a great effort from the edge of the area. Goalkeeper is planted. It is 1-1. Hold on, there's a claim for offside. He's definitely not offside. On the stroke of 90 minutes, they have dropped down to 10 men thanks to a second yellow card. It doesn't look like anything more is going to come from this game then, so it is going to be a 1-1 draw. Nathaniel's going to get himself booked right at the end of the game as well. I feel like we should have got a lot more out of this game. Basically, they only were in this game because of that Ndongala absolute screamer. They did nothing else at all. We were lucky to get our goal. At least we've scored from striker, I guess. That 1-1 draw then means we do drop 2 points behind CSKA Sofia after they won their match against Botev at Galabovo 4-1. Other teams around us also seem to drop a lot of points. Lokomotiv Gorna, who are not Gorna, sorry, what am I talking about? Lokomotiv Plovdiv, where are they? They drew 0-0 with Ludogorets, so that is good news. Sarko Salo win 2-1 against Levski, which means Levski obviously dropped points, so we can lose our next game, which is against Ludogorets, so we're probably going to lose our next game, and still not drop down any further in the table, which is good. If you're wondering why I keep getting loads of really good African footballers, it's because this happens. My scout has just come back and said, you should buy Al-Assad, who is an Egyptian, who's from ENPPI. I'll click on him. He looks bloody good. 83 scout potential, £130,000. Then I normally just buy him. I'm not going to buy him. Mate, I might buy him. I don't know. Welcome back to Europa League action. We are just 90 minutes away from potentially being back in the group stages. Obviously, first match against Rijeka at home, it was a 1-1 draw. We need to really start scoring goals. We've got a little bit of an injury crisis as well. Our central defender Sangare is out with an abdominal strain. Our central midfielder Fuseni Kamara is out with an abdominal strain. Our main striker, I say main striker, our top scorer is out for a couple of days with pulled knee ligaments. He scored twice. The starting lineup we're going to go for then. Alan Sherry will be the goalkeeper. Bressel, Keita, Boshnovitz and Nathaniel will be the back four. Lasana Dia and Lovro Grashfona will be the two central midfielders. Todor Nedlev will be on the right hand side. Luis Tizzi will be on the left hand side. And Stanislav Shopov will be just behind Antonio Lukanovic. We do have a couple of players who weren't previously registered for the Europa League who now are. Namely, Abdul Tapsoba. He is on the bench. He's only played once coming off the bench so far this season. We might need something magical from the Birkenabe striker, which is something he's never done. He's never done anything magical. I'm not quite sure why I've decided to play Luis Tizzi. He's one of those players that he's got a lot of potential. He's a left midfielder, so he's not even natural in the right position. But I kind of want to keep playing him. Ramadani Mangwali was another one last season that I wanted to play. I really should think before I actually pick these teams. Because I've got Vutov sat on the bench, who's amazing. I've also got Bakadziev sat on the bench, who's amazing. So why am I playing Tizzi? We're 20 minutes in, and so far there's been 0 shots for either side. It sounds like this is an absolute barnstormer of a game. We've had a shot, it was on target as well. We've got Nedlev with a free kick, steps up to take it, he's hit the bar, and Tizzi, I think, was there and didn't pounce on the rebound. Half time it is 0-0. It's been very dull. Very, very dull. Passionately. Do we passionately? Assertively. Aggressively. I want to see much better. Let's just always be aggressive. That's my motto. It's not. It's really not. We've done no changes at half time, but I'm looking at possibly bringing off Lukanovic. We do have on the bench, we have, like I said, Tapsoba is there. If we do need a striker who can't score goals, Nedlev with the ball. Crossed in, it's headed clear. Nathaniel's going to get there first, though. Where is he going to go? Plays it back to Grashfona, who's played it all the way across to Bressel, who's got 3 in the box. Lukanovic is one of them. His header is just over the bar. His best effort all game, probably all season, including his goal. Pavicic with a corner. Alan Sherry can easily claim the ball. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to play it out from the goalkeeper. Dia, back to Sherry again. Boshnovitz forward to Shopov, who has some space. Plays the long ball forward to Lukanovic. Plays it across now to Luis Tizzi. Where is he going to go? Tizzi's gone for goal. What is going on, Tizzi? And Tizzi's now been absolutely shattered. Someone's just clattered into him. Right, 58 minutes on the clock. Shopov off for Vutov. Lukanovic off for Tapsoba. It's happening. Tapsoba's coming on in a Europa League match where we need to score a goal. We've brought on Tapsoba. What am I doing? We've got 20 minutes to find a goal. We need a goal. If we don't get a goal, we're going out on away goals. Dia plays the ball back to Bressel, into Nedlev. Where's he going to go? Little back heel to Vutov. He's got Tapsoba in front of him. Vutov has hit the base of the post, and Rijeka can clear once again. We are into the final 10 minutes. Acosti is running down the right-hand side for Rijeka. Loses out to Nathaniel, who can play the ball forward. Tapsoba has done something magical. Number 55 plays it across to Nedlev. We've got 4 in the box. Crossed in. Tapsoba's there. Tizzi is there. Luis Tizzi has bloody scored the winner. Oh, my days. What am I doing? Why did I pick Tizzi? That's why. That's bloody why. I've legit got goosebumps. Luis Tizzi has potentially put us into the Europa League. What is this nonsense? Even if Rijeka equalise, it will go to extra time. So, it's looking very likely that we've got, what, 3 minutes to play. We're going to do our final substitution. It's going to be a time waster. It is going to be Grajfona off for Bakadziev. I don't have any central midfielders on the bench. I want to do a time-wasting sub, but I feel like bringing off Tizzy, because you've had a knock. Bakardziev's coming on. Tizzy is going to go off to a standing ovation. Probably not, actually. We've got no time left. We've got absolutely no time left. And Luis Tizzy, the youngster from the Ivory Coast, has just put us back into the Europa League. Where the hell did that goal come from? Absolutely out of the blue. We are into the Europa League group stages once again. So we're definitely through, right? We are definitely through. Ludogorets also through. That is good news for us. Who else from Bulgaria were in this competition? I can't remember. They probably haven't made it this far, have they? Levski went out on penalties. We could have had 3 Bulgarian teams in the Europa League group stages. That would have been amazing. Bresel has picked up an injury. He's out for 3 weeks. We've also picked up a large sum of money because we are back in the Europa League in the group stages. When is the draw? The 27th of the 8th. So we're going to go forward 2 days and we're going to see who we're going to be facing in our Europa League group. Don't be someone amazing. It will be. I mean, there's definitely some big teams there, isn't there? Man United, Schalke, Anderlecht, Bayer, Milan, Marseille, Lazio. There's very big teams. We're not quite at the Europa League draw, but a little bit of transfer news has taken place. Janez Pisek, the Slovenian midfielder, has gone out on loan to Olympia until the end of the season, maybe 4 months. He's gone on loan to Olympia until the end of the calendar year, apparently. Time for the draw then. There are a total of 12 groups that we can possibly be in, and if we scroll right the way down to the bottom, we're not in the 4th seeds. We are technically a 3rd seed. I don't know how we've done that, but we're our 3rd seed. So, we're going to have somebody worse than us in the group. So I've gone through the 1st and 2nd seeds so we can see what type of groups we are likely to be getting. Now, there are definitely some groups there that certainly spark my interest, and I think we might be able to pick up some points in them. Group F, Besiktas and Karabag. I think we can get some points in that. Group H, I don't think we want to be in that because obviously Manchester United, very, very good. Lokomotiv Moscow, I think, are a good side as well. Anderlecht and Leicester, that's an interesting pairing. Milan, Braga. Copenhagen Young Boys is something that might be of interest. Partizan go in with Milan and Braga. We are not with Anderlecht and Leicester. Are we in Group F? We are not in Group F. Marseille and Krasnodar, that's something that we could do with. Sheriff from Moldova, well done. That's actually mighty impressive. We're in Group H, aren't we? Maribor go into Group H. I will take Group I. We're not in Group I. Lazio, West Ham. Okay then, that's not really what I wanted, was it? Now, the 3 teams left in the 4th seed pot. Midtjylland, Maritimo and AAB. So, we've got 2 Danish sides and at Maritimo. Chances are we're playing against someone from Denmark. We're playing Maritimo. It's no one from Denmark. Don't worry about it. Right. That group is a very interesting group because I think we can probably beat Maritimo. West Ham, probably not because of the money. Lazio, probably not because of the money. But we've been here before and we managed to get through our Europa League group a couple of years ago and I don't even know how we managed it. Okay, now I know how we managed it. We had Olympiacos, Rapid Vienna and Besiktas here, so I think our group this year, a little bit tougher. That's going to do it then for this episode. I'm not quite sure when the next episode is going to be, so we're just going to end it like that. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And I'll be back next time for some more Football Manager with Botev Plovdiv in the Bulgarian Premier Division, First League, whatever league it's called. I don't even know. It's the First League, Bulgarian First League, and now the Europa League group stages.